Here's Goldwagen's expert advice on what happens when you start your vehicle. Many of us jump into our vehicles and without thinking turn on the engine and go. But when you start the ignition, there are a few important mechanical and electrical processes that are set in motion. It all starts with the battery, which is at the heart of the electrical system. When you turn the key or press the start button, the battery gives power to the starter motor. If the battery is weak or dead, the starter motor won't have enough power to turn on the engine. You're likely going to hear a clicking sound or, in some cases, nothing at all. If you have a multimeter, you can use it to test your battery by measuring the voltage across the terminals. If not, you'll need to go to a qualified mechanic to help. A fully charged battery should read about 12.6 volts. If it's lower, the battery may need to be charged or replaced. Now let's look at the starter motor. This gets the engine going when you start by engaging the engine's flywheel and turns it over. If it's faulty, you may hear a clicking sound and the engine won't crank. If you have a voltimeter, you can measure the voltage at the starter motor terminals. A qualified mechanic can also assist. If there's a voltage at the terminals but the motor doesn't turn, you may need to replace it. The alternator generates electricity to charge the battery and power the electrical system. Once you switch on the vehicle, the alternator kicks in. If it's faulty, the battery may not receive enough charge to start the engine and you'll hear a clicking sound when you turn the key or press the start button. A multimeter can also be used to test the alternator, and a healthy one should produce a reading of between 13.5 and 14.5 volts. Anything lower than that is an indicator that there's a fault and may need to be replaced. If you're unsure about any of the processes or don't have the necessary equipment, remember that a qualified mechanic is your best bet. Sharing is caring. When you know, you know. Get in the know. Goldwagen, the parts supplier of choice, catering for all top vehicle brands.